Hi, everyone. Welcome to A Cup of Tea. Thank you for joining me again. Last week, I took a challenge. So it was the Other Special K challenge, Unplugged, which was inspired by my daughter, Kayla. So if you looked at the video, you knew what the challenge was about. You knew how she dared me to unplug for one day, and that I decided to unplug for 5 days. Yes, it was challenging. And I didn't realize how much my life was plugged in. Like, seriously, until you go to stop something, you realize how much you are connected to something. And I think I was thinking in my mind that, oh, this is going to be something simple. Okay, so what? I won't use my computer. I won't use my phone. I won't use my iPad. Like, okay, it'll give me some time to maybe do some other things. Okay, how wrong was I? We live in a society where, there isn't anything that we can't do without electronics, and it's just the way that everything has been rigged. That's what I'm calling it. It's just been rigged because I try. Okay, so day one. So, well, first let me tell you the precursor to it all, because there are some things that I had to do in order to prepare myself to unplug. And I also know that me taking these 5 days, had I been in corporate America or any other type job, that would have been virtually impossible. So for all of you who work every day and, you have to go to jobs and, do those things, this challenge was next to impossible because you just can't. So since I don't have a job to go to physically because I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm not trying to be no mo. So I work for myself and building my business as well as my nonprofit that I run. It gave me the liberties to kind of, step back, but this was not easy. Like, I'll give you a prime example. So I needed a letter done, sent out this week, and it was something that should have been already done, but time was of the essence. So I kind of wrote it out, because that's what I've been doing. I've been writing on my yellow notepad, like every day, just writing. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to give this to my assistant and just have her maybe just type it and go ahead and send it out. Well, by the time I would let her sit and understand my handwriting and then put it the way that I wanted it to be, because sometimes I can be anal retentive about certain things, and I want it this way and I want it that way, and going through all those motions, I said, you know what, by the time I sit and do that, it'll take me all of 5 minutes to type this letter. So I cheated. I did turn on my computer for 5 minutes to type that letter. Okay. But I did that when my daughter was at school so that she couldn't see me, because trust me, Kayla was monitoring me. If she thought I picked up the phone or she thought I did something, she was definitely watching. So if I was going to sneak and do anything, I had to sneak and do it while she was at school. Okay. So, but unplugging was not easy at all. So I realized that I couldn't get out of not using my cell phone. But what I did was, at first, I didn't cut my cell phone on. I sent out emails with my vacation reply that says that I wouldn't be responding to emails for the next 5 days. And if this was an emergency, that they can contact my office. I did, however, use a landline. So I needed to use a landline. Like, this unplugged challenge was truly a challenge. But you know what? There were in the midst of all the things that I could not do, and the whole chaos of me feeling like just lost almost a little bit, and thinking that I'm going to have this time to do this and do that or whatever. No, if I had to really tell the truth, I was sitting here some days feeling like, okay, I can't even take this. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Everything is electronic. Everything, it's just how we connect. It's just is what it is. So by the time Friday came, because you guys know I started this on Monday. So by the time Friday came, I was at my wit's end and I couldn't even take it anymore. So I ended it on Friday. It was supposed to end like Friday evening. I ended it Friday morning. Because for real, I couldn't take it anymore. And then it was Kayla's birthday this past weekend. So there were things that I needed to do. And it was just, It was fun, but it was challenging. So, but whenever you do anything, and this is my big thing, and my sister always teaches me this, and she always says, whenever you do something or whenever you go somewhere, we need to be able to have takeaways. So, okay, what was the whole purpose of this unplug? What did I take away from it? So I got 5 things that were my takeaways. And the first one was I got a chance to be still. When I say be still, for the past, I want to say maybe 2 years, since I've had an iPad, I've downloaded my Bible onto my iPad and I've been reading it from my iPad. What I didn't realize was that reading it off of those electronic devices were so impersonal. And I guess I didn't realize that because it was what I had become accustomed to. So I actually picked up my Bible, which I've had this particular Bible for about, this is going to be 15 years, because I got it as a wedding present. Well, not even a wedding present. I got it at one of my, I think it was my bridal shower from a friend of mine that I used to work with. So it's a leather engraved Bible, and it's also a woman's Bible, and it's a teaching Bible. So it has margins on the side that explain to you some of the things that you're reading, and then it also has stories in it that pertain to women that just give you that breakdown of some different things that you as a woman experience from God's point of view. Things that were not in my iPad, things that were not on my on the electronic version of it. And as I am turning the pages, there's also something to be said about those crisp little pages. I don't know what that paper is. If it's like thin parchment paper, I'm not exactly sure what you call it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The pages that they use for a Bible. And it was just something, as I'm turning the pages of them, there was a different feel in the air. There was a difference in me reading it and the words just coming out of my mouth and just entering into the atmosphere. It was as if I was touching a scribe or I guess the same feel that, they get when they read the Torah, or it just had this different feel to it. And it just let me know to just be still. That's what it spoke to me. Be still. And when you're still, you hear things differently. So that was one of the first things that I took away from that. And then I'm going to continue to use my Bible and read my Bible in that context from the actual book and not on my iPad. So that was one of the most amazing takeaways for me. The next thing was, that's the first thing. And it's actually not 5 takeaways. I'm sorry. It's really 4. So the next one is that I get to control how much electronic items and devices I consume. So in other words, that what I'm taking away is that I don't have to allow these things to control me. I get to control it. It's the same concept of sometimes when I do my schedule and I'm looking at my schedule and I'm going here and I'm going there and I have to do this and I have to do this, and I'm like, oh, this is insane. But then I realize, hello, you're the one that made this schedule. You have the ability to say no, but you didn't. So you have nobody to blame but yourself. So I get the ability to control how much consumption, is going on with my electronics. So that's the next thing. I also get to set up systems. That's the other thing that I'm taking away from this, to be able to set up systems that will help me not to be so consumed, because I'll pick a day and time that I'll actually listen to my voicemails and my emails and all those things, as opposed to doing them all throughout the day, because they can get very distracting. I'll pick a time when I'll do my social media. I'll pick a time when I'll do my videos and just different things of that nature. I'll schedule those things. Those things will help me to be a little bit more organized, so that I don't have to be all over the place with everything. So this unplugged challenge, it did help me with some stuff. And the last thing that I want to leave you with, that it most certainly did help me with, is that I'm going to unplug one day a week, if for nothing else, for my sanity. just one day a week where I can really, really practice these things in terms of being still and knowing what's really important in life. And I don't have to be consumed by everything that's going on and around me. And those things will actually help me to be a better person, being able to be still and hear from God the way that I need to hear from him, to allow him to speak into my life the way that I need for him to speak into my life. And that may be different for you, whatever that may be. Know that you are not it. That there is definitely a higher being and a higher power that you can call on, that can help you to find your center and in your peace, to be able to be in control of your life to a point where you know that you're being led and guided in the right direction. So for those of you who have taken the challenge with me, I applaud you, because I know that it was not easy. Those of you that attempted to take the challenge with me, I applaud you, and know that I know, again, it was not easy. But I needed to do that. And to my baby Kayla, I love you, because you are my inspiration, who gave me this opportunity to be a better mother, to be a better wife, to be a better friend, businesswoman, to just be all around better. Help me to be, develop my character. That's the goal. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's cup of tea. And until we talk again, I wish you peace and blessings.